All right, here we are getting into the second game at the Edmonton Open League of Legends tournament. Commentating me with this game is Win. Introduce yourself.
Hello, my name is Win, and I'm TEG Failtrain, and I'll be commentating along with Nathan.
All right, first ban Morgana, then the Nautilus, then the Shen. Morgana, very standard pick. Shen, very standard pick. That ult is just so annoying. Nautilus banned. I don't know anyone from TEG that really plays Nautilus. And then there's the standard Ahri ban.
Well, Nautilus is pretty strong if you build a team comp around Nautilus with extreme burst damage and with Nautilus CCs. He's a very big threat along the field.
And there's the Riven ban, not very known ban anymore because she did get nerfed.
Well, she's still a good pick.
She is doing good again.
Yeah, she is a good pick against a lot of champions still.
And then there's a standard Warwick ban also. All right, first pick will go to Silver Crown. He is their top player. I don't know if he'll be... No, that's their AD. I'm not sure who their first pick is. Probably going to be like Soraka or something.
Yeah, you tend to want to pick a support first.
Yeah. They're opting for Janna instead.
Indeed. Oh, Varus.
And there's the Varus.
Interesting.
I haven't seen too much of him, but
yeah,
should be good.
He seems to be a well-balanced champion as of release. There's nothing underpowered or overpowered about him.
A lot of people, there's a lot of mix between like when new champions first come up. When people lose to them, they think he's awesome. When people lose with him, they think he's trash. So, and there's the Janna support. And Mundo jungling from Sprock. He does Mundo jungle pretty effectively. I see him do that quite a bit of the time.
Well, let's see what TEG picks for his team.
They're going to be probably picking AD.
Yeah, you want to pick something to counter Varus.
Yeah. Do you know... Oh, there's the Ashe. Janna Ashe.
Yeah, you want to pick something high late game, because Varus has a pretty terrible late game, to be honest. He's more like MF in early game dominance.
And Janna will actually be really good in keeping Varus off Ashe, especially.
Exactly. But unfortunately, without sustain, they might fall into a bit of trouble.
Yeah. They just got to watch themselves, watch out for the ganks, and they should, as long as they don't die and Silver Crown keeps up in the CS, they will do fine.
Yep.
And there's the Kennen mid. Kennen is a very standard pick these days. He's very popular. His ult, his abilities are just so good. And there's also Shyvana jungling, which is again a really good team initiator with that Kennen.
Indeed.
All right, for last pick, there's Cassiopeia mid against that Kennen.
Well, Kennen can go to top as well if need be.
Yeah, and they're going to be picking top now, and Newfie Girl's probably going to be counter-picking that.
Yep. Lately, people have been favoring champions like Mundo with strong jungle.
And then there's Renekton, who also is a very, very good top, in my opinion. Especially when he gets to the team fight stage, he can dash through the tankies, and then he can dash through again, get right on that AD carry, and then stun them, then ult, and then just do everything and try to blow him up as fast as he can.
Indeed, he wants to put pressure by using his double slice, by slicing in and then dicing all the way to the AD carry in order to harass them effectively to keep them out of the fight. That way, TEG here can use their damage to their utmost ability.
And then there's the Galio. I love seeing a good Galio.
So Galio will more likely be mid, and Kennen will be top at this rate.
Yeah. Galio is really good against Cassiopeia as well. As long as you hit your Q, you'll do really a lot of damage. If you,
Indeed, and
like, go ahead.
Well, there's if he manages to get out of the stun before ult, it also can make a difference, like in a team fight.
Yeah, and Galio is a really good punisher for people that try to stay in their lane too long with that, especially with that flash ult. And especially with that jungler, because it locks you down for the longest, for 3 seconds, and that gives the jungler enough time to get in there. So he's really good at punishing people that stick around in the lane too long in mid.
Yeah, indeed. That's indeed true.
All right, so what are your predictions for this game and the lanes?
Well, It could go either way. Both junglers can be pretty aggressive, like with their jungle paths. Shyvana likes to invade, put the pressure on the enemy team if possible. Same with Mundo. Mundo can put pressure on lanes as well really easily because of his sustain and his high damage from cleavers when he lands them. And
all right, we're gonna. Yeah, there's a 3-minute delay.
Yep.
Mid lane, again, Galio just beats Cassiopeia straight up. And then top lane, Kennen versus Renekton. What do you think about that lane? Because you top.
It could go. It could go either way, to be honest. If Renekton manages to dodge a few shurikens, he will be on the good side, especially since he can slice and dice through the minion wave to get to Kennen in order to harass him.
Yeah, well, Kennen has to get around the mini waves to really do a lot of damage, while Renekton go dash stun again.
Not to mention, Renekton can have pretty good sustain due to his Q healing a lot from minions, and if he hits Kennen, it heals for a lot.
Yeah, especially against like a Kennen who can just stay in lane as long as he has health. He can stay in lane forever. Renekton has a lot more sustain than Kennen does, and his abilities again cost like nothing. Same with which is really nice against someone like Kennen.
Both are almost resourceless champions, which end up very good for laning phase because you don't get pushed out due to running out of mana per se.
Yeah. What do you think about bottom lane? I haven't seen enough of Varus to really give a good analysis on that.
I've watched a few games with Varus. His mechanics work along MF, in a sense, where he dominates early game in order to win lane, and he'll use that to his advantage. But if TEG can sustain through the early game and stick in and get the CS going, they probably can beat Varus late game, where he doesn't deal enough damage to make a difference.
Alright, so we are going to hop in this in a minute now. Is there anything else you'd like to say before this game gets started?
Yeah, it's interesting how Shyvana's running Flash Smite instead of something more aggressive, like, say, Exhaust or Ignite with Smite, because Shyvana has a good engage with her ult. Therefore, she can stick to one enemy, especially her W, her Burning Trail, really lets her stick to one enemy and deal a lot of damage to them, putting pressure on someone really easily.
Yeah.
I believe that Purple Team has a decent amount of CC to work with, and it'll help a lot. Whereas TEG, like between the Galio ult and Cannon ult, the only way they can get out of it is through Janna, Renekton, and through the ults of Cassiopeia and Ashe.
Yeah. Another thing about the bottom lane is that Jarrett decided to go CB instead of something more like defensive, like Exhaust that the Purple Team does have that will let them do early game a lot of. They'll be able to really good confirm on the early game kills. But again, that Janna will be able to really keep people off Sona.
Yeah, exactly. But Exhaust can be used offensively, and in most cases it is, instead of defensively. Where there's advantages over using Clairvoyance over Exhaust per se. Like,
yeah.
In order to invade, if you know where the enemy is, you can invade with utmost ease. Whereas if you don't know where the enemy is, you're gonna have a lot of troubles invading.
Yeah. I've seen Jarrett support. He is very good at knowing where the jungler is going to be at the time. He is really good at catching those junglers, so it will give them a chance to invade.
Yep, and here we go.
All right.
Okay, so let's look at the builds real quick.
Purple side, everyone's starting boot everything in pots.
Oh, Shyvana's starting Cloth 5. Interesting. Well, let's see if they invade early or not, because I believe TG has the advantage early game invade because due to Mundo Cleavers, Ashe volley. Janna can disengage when they need to get out.
And Cassiopeia's Q is just spammable.
Yep, spammable. Renekton can stun if he chooses to level that up first. So they have a pretty strong invade if they wish to do it.
Yep. Another thing about the Galio, he is going to be very strong in the early game against the Cassiopeia because he has built 48 MR and he has 28 AP because of that really good passive that he has against mid lanes.
Looks like.
But then another thing about Galio is that he is pretty weak to ADs. Mundo really gives him a hard time when he ganks with his slows and the amount of damage he does.
Indeed, most of their damage comes from AP, or I mean AD in this case. So Galio might not have a big effect in team fights overall because he's tanky for AP casters or only, really.
Yeah.
Looks like both junglers are opting to do red first, which might lead to level 2 ganks early on.
Minions have spawned.
Yeah, Shyvana and Mundo both revolve around that red buff more than that blue. At least that gives the mid lanes, like Cassiopeia is very good with that blue buff. Same with Galio. Both of them will be able to use that really well and really be able to get their abilities out there.
Indeed, both of them really require blue buff to survive during the laning phase.
Yeah, and that was probably planned around their picks.
Indeed. Both Cassiopeia and Galio are pretty strong in the sense of AD casters as well. They both work around teams very well.
And Mundo didn't give Cassiopeia enough time to really poke it and really pull it out, so he did take quite a bit of damage with it just attacking him the entire time, and he is forced to use the pod already, and it looks like he's going to be gearing for a level 2 gank already.
Yep.
And especially because they did the big golem, they will be able to get level 2 quicker. But now Galio, he's actually going to invade the blue buff, which I really like.
Yep.
To keep that away from the Galio and really put him behind.
Yep, that could set Galio back a bit without blue buff for the early game, and since he's doing it, he will be able to keep track of the timers if he does so, which will give him a significant advantage. Well,
Yep.
I guess he's leaving without killing both lizards to keep the timer on.
Yeah, Shyvana, because she did go do those golems right after, she is level 3 ahead. She is a level ahead, but she is going to lose experience
Yep,
in the long haul because of that blue buff not being there.
Indeed, and she doesn't know about it.
And now
Automation.
Mundo's level 3.
Yep, this is kind of odd because Shyvana's tend to play pretty aggressively in terms of counter jungling. And she's kind of playing kind of passive. She wants to farm a jungle instead of attack offensively into the enemy team.
Yep. Bottom lane right now, Varus is a lot more stronger right now than Ashe with that extra health. Like you were saying, he has an early game, and Ashe, she kind of struggles, I would say, in the early game.
Yes, she does, especially without sustain.
Yeah.
But if Gerard managed to land those shields...
Shyvana again coming in mid. Sorry.
Oh, yep. Let's take a look at that. They're waiting for a perfect chance to come in.
And there it is right there. Shyvana should have swung around to the back. Would have been a much more... Okay, she was going in any second, but now he's just wasting time. She has to get out there and go try to go back into her jungle while Mundo is just clearing everything in his... now, like I predicted, Mundo is further ahead than the Shyvana at this point.
Definitely. Mundo has a tendency weakness on his first run because he does really, he gets really low health when jungling on his first run.
And there was a ping top from Red, probably trying to get a gank going.
Yep, definitely, because in this situation, TEG Dead Skull doesn't have much vision off river, therefore purple team can get the gank in and probably do a lot of damage to Renekton at this point.
Yeah, exactly. Without that blue buff, Galio is stuck at very low mana. He has to conserve that very well.
Indeed. But neither side has blue at this point, so he's really not hitting his Qs and not hitting his E's too well.
Yeah, the tri-bush is not warded for...
Oh, we got a gank top.
Oh, gank top coming. Yep.
Shyvana wants to engage on TEG Dead Skull.
Ken needs to
let Renekton push up in order for that to happen. Okay, we have a counter gank.
Double gank, and Shyvana is probably going to get focused here. And there's a cleaver, and he's going to get sold, and there's the stun, and there's the ignite onto Shyvana, and he misses the cleaver. First blood, he gets that last hit in there. Nice job.
That's good play by TEG.
Yes, that was very good.
They came up with the counter gank on Shyvana. Things probably could have went a lot better for purple team if they had played a bit, if Kennen played a bit less aggressively and let Renekton push out. Therefore allowing him to allowing Shyvana to gank.
Yeah. Now that Mundo is now ahead of the other jungler, he is going to be able to do quite a bit more. Those ganks, he needs to worry about focusing on those ganks or getting a couple ganks in the bottom because they are behind. 30. Yeah, they are a little bit. They're a little bit behind, but in a sharp engage, I feel that the Sona Varus will be a lot better. And there's a Shyvana gank coming in, and there's the flash, and he does not get it with the flash, and he is out of mana. And there goes the flash, and the Galio does barely get away with 200 health.
Indeed.
236 health.
Cassiopeia seemed to miss her ignite, unfortunately, causing her to lose that kill. That potential kill.
At level 6, I don't think it would have done enough damage. She would have needed like 1 or 2 more auto attacks.
No, but if she managed to stun him instead of slow him, she probably would have killed him more than likely with the ignite and more with the extra damage.
Yeah. Renekton right now is ahead of that. Is a little bit ahead of that Kennen right now.
Yep, definitely. He's putting a big deal of pressure on Kennen, making sure he's not being able to farm too efficiently.
Shyvana heading top actually, and Mundo is going to be seen by that ward that was just placed, and he's going to counter jungle, and Galio is showing himself.
Yep. Unfortunately,
and his ult is up, so he is in a lot of trouble.
No.
He is. There's the ult, and he's going to go down.
And there goes.
And Kennen was coming in just to secure that kill, but it was not needed with that Galio ult. Against Galio, you really need to know where he's at. If he's in the, you got to get out, especially below half.
Indeed. Galio's ult is pretty big team killer in most cases.
Yep.
It's a really good setup. And bot lane seems to be pretty even for farm right now.
Yeah, interesting that Galio did get Merc Treads before
his Chalice, yes.
His Chalice. Usually you go Boots, Chalice, then you finish your Boots because you need that. With Galio, he's so mana intensive, especially because he lost that early blue. Engage going up top. Oh. Kennen stuns him and barely gets away with his life.
Indeed.
Sorry I didn't catch that earlier.
Yep. Unfortunately with this, Renekton has a lot of space to shove his lane to the tower and leave.
Swan is actually coming in to defend the tower.
Well,
there was a ping right here for red, probably about that ward that was placed. Swan is just going in the lane just to pick up some extra CS, trying to catch up, I would say.
Not much going on bot, they're both farming at the same speed. Oh, looks like we got a daring fight against Shyvana here.
Shyvana actually getting very low, almost going down herself with that ignite. Just at 180 health, and she is going to have to back up, and Kennen is here now. And
yeah, but that Shyvana has to stop jungling for that period of time, which will probably hurt her slightly.
That hurt.
Since she can't gank for next minute or so.
Yeah.
Oh, we got a lot going down here.
Oh, Janna flashing away and barely gets with that last hit.
Sona died.
Yeah, and then there's the ult pushing her away. Sprock has become risen down. There's a constant
heal. Here we go. Will this be a double kill?
The axe lands, and he will be able to pick up this kill.
Oh, no. And there it is.
And there's the gauge top right after, and Kennen went into all the minions, and he is forced to back away. And now Galio is just going to go get his blue buff right now, and he will do a lot better in his lane now.
Indeed. Blue buff is pretty essential to Galio early game, especially since he burns through his mana pretty easily.
Because he didn't go Chalice.
Yep. Unless he's going to be relying on blue and not going to get Chalice. But Chalice is still a very good item on Galio anyway, because the magic resist helps him.
Yes, it's very strong on him, and it's a cheap item also.
Indeed, it's not too expensive to get.
Cassiopeia is now just going to get hers. Oh, the red buff ticked and got the blue buff.
That's unfortunate.
Yes, that is very unfortunate. From Cassiopeia, she...
Oh, we got a lot going up top.
Oh, okay.
Oh, just a bit of harass.
Yeah.
Not too much. Looks like Shyvana wants to come in
coming for a gank, but that is ward, and that will get seen, and he will just be able to get out of there.
Indeed. In bot lane, Ashe is putting enough pressure on Varus now. But unfortunately, she did not get those 2 kills from earlier, meaning she won't have much of a gold lead to pressure him too hard.
Galio was putting quite a bit of pressure. Shyvana is doing this again. She's just setting up top. It's warded. He's baiting her. He's baiting her to stay there for as long as he can keep her there to fall behind. And now she is going in to counter jungle, but there is nothing there. And there's the ping for the jungler to get over there.
looks like things are going pretty evenly right now. Oh, here we go. We got Mundo up mid. And Galio wants to kill Mundo pretty badly with the ping. And we got more harassment up here top for Renekton. He's dealing quite a lot of damage to that Kennen and dodging those shurikens pretty effectively.
Yep, especially because he's going to go Merc Treads. He is taking a lot reduced damage. And that Kennen, the Kennen actually going straight for his Giant's Belt, which it helps him in health, yes, but it gives him. He is sitting only at 12 AP, and that is pretty bad. Yeah. That's very low for 12 minutes. In the game. And there's a run. He gets that stun. Yeah. And he is just gonna get away. There's Galio coming down. There's 4 bottom right now.
Yep.
Galio decides to show himself. All of them get seen, and now here comes Cassiopeia and Mundo and Mundo got the oracles too.
Yep.
Okay, there's the glue.
We got to initiate.
Both spells missed. Same with the Janna. They have to spread out for that Galio.
Oh,
there's a lot of damage to come out. That's gonna be 2 kills. A nice ult here, but Shyvana does go down, and the Janna did go down, and now Locke has to get out of there, and that Galio almost dies and barely gets away, and Varus picks up the kill on Locke and will now take out Ashe, and Sprock coming in to die.
Oh, but he managed to save the AD carry, which is pretty important overall.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, due to that flash ultimate by Galio, that changed the whole team fight for them.
Renekton's in here.
Oh, Renekton's looking to grab a kill.
He took a lot of damage is going down, and they maybe will be able to get the kill, but he's taking so much damage, he might die to the turret. Getting very low.
Oh, he dies to the minions.
And she does pick up the kill.
Unfortunately, it went to the support in this case. Therefore,
yeah, but
Varus won't gain much of a lead.
Yeah, Varus was nowhere near there though.
Indeed.
Varus is already 2 kills ahead of Ashe and same amount of farm, so he is ahead, and they are picking to do the dragon now.
Yep. Unfortunately, blue team does not have vision on dragon, which might lead to a lot of problems later on if they don't keep up the wards.
Yep, Jan has 3 wards she can throw down, and she will be warding right now with the dragon. And they're deciding let's go for dragon, and Kennen is going to be pushing mid pretty hard.
Yep. Unfortunately, with the death of Mundo, they also lost their oracles, which might hurt them.
Yes, that's... Oh, he just got that too, if I'm not mistaken. That's kind of a waste of 400 gold, which is pretty big this early in the game.
Yep. Ken's just really putting the pressure on top.
Yeah, he's might be able to take that down half health, because he doesn't have sight on the... If he would have known that Renekton's that far back, he could have killed that minion wave easily with his abilities.
Yes.
Oh, nice. Nice getaway there from Kennen.
Yeah, but unfortunately, Renekton seems to have the dominating lane on Kennen right now.
Yes, he does. He is tank. He's got to finish his Merc Treads. He has 2 Dorns and Maedred's Razors.
Yep, and he's 2 levels ahead on top of that, which will hurt Kennen overall.
Kennen right now only has the Giant's Belt, and he's now just building AP with that amplifying tome.
Yeah, but he still won't be dealing much damage. I don't think he can out damage to sustain that.
Shyvana got her oracles and just took out the dragon ward, and she did. And she is gonna start dragon right now, and they did just bottom did just push her lane. Same with Galio, finish it off.
Oh, and we got a gank top.
Oh, they knew it. Oh, we got a gank top, and Kennen is gonna go down for free, and they are getting.
Unfortunately, Purple team has secured dragon with that.
All of them could have went and tried to gank mid or something, but they are just gonna go back into the lanes.
They're gonna try to push top to make up for that dragon loss by the looks of it.
Yep. And that will keep them right up there, and Galio is gonna be able to go get his blue right now.
Yep.
So first turret goes to blue, first dragon goes to red right now.
Indeed.
This time.
And now Cassiopeia is about to receive her blue.
Hopefully that red doesn't steal it again.
Yep. It's quite unfortunate those things happen.
Oh, he's just getting... Renekton's just going to do it, which is smart.
Indeed.
Oh, there you go. There it is.
Yep, there it is.
Yeah, Galio getting that Negatron cloak. He is deciding not to go Chalice. He's going
straight for Banshees.
Yep, straight for Banshees. That gives him that gives him good enough mana, regen with the levels and with the blue buff. and it gives him a lot more magic resist and AP than Chalice would have.
Will negate quite a lot of damage from Cassiopeia.
Yeah.
It might hurt for her to be in lane against him now.
Oh, bottom Silver Crown taking quite a bit of damage, getting into half, and then now Jared's going to take some damage too. And there's the ult, and there's the ult again from Sona. There's the Ash arrow catching both of the blocks there, taking out the 80 carry, and he did turn around and finish off that Sona. And there's the flash from Silver Crown. He's going to pick up that kill on David. He just does, and they're going to get a double kill right here.
Oh, and unfortunately the other kill didn't go to Ash this time.
Yeah, Ash needs these kills. Ash needs these kills, especially because Mundo has 5 already and 2 assists.
Indeed.
Ash only has 1 and 5 assists.
And with top tower down for purple team, Renekton has straight in roam. And here we go.
And Renekton, there's the abilities, and there's the flash already. Yep, now that Galio has that blue, he is able to push away really well. And the ward just went down for try.
Yeah, vision is very important in high-level games where you need vision in order to keep track where enemies are gonna be.
Yep.
Therefore, you can play aggressive when you want to, right?
Now, the bad thing about pushing the mid is that Kennen is going to be able to farm, stay back in his side of the map, and is going to be able to farm and catch up and not really be able to be contested.
Well, if Renekton can deal a lot of damage through his roaming, it could make a bigger difference anyway.
Yep, if he gets a lot of kills and gets towers pushes.
But it's a good idea for Renekton to put pressure on Galio because Galio doesn't have armor right now.
Yeah. And that's another thing about Galio. He has 71 armor already. Alright, there's the ping on the Cassiopeia. Or just ping where she was, and she is just going to head back to lane. She has that blue buff over Galio right now.
Yep. Not much going down after that big team fight, really. Everyone's just keeping a farm up. Oh, unfortunately for Dead Skull, he didn't manage to slice through the wall like he wanted to. But he had to burn flash to get through it to escape. Right now the gold count is pretty even, but considering that purple team is up 1 dragon, it might make the difference later game if they keep securing dragons and being able to contest them all the time.
Little trades going on bottom lane, but Ash is going to start winning them against Varus right now because that Janna shield.
Indeed.
And now Renekton is just going to be pushing top again, and Mundo is going to be invading, and Siobhan is coming down for a gank. And they don't have an idea because she has that Oracles, but she will catch this one and try brush. And Galio is also coming down, and there's the pings from Cassiopeia to come down as well. And there's
the 2 ults.
Oh, nice ult by Jared, but Silver Crown is going to go down. He's too low. And Shyvana out missing with her ult, but Jared also is in Jared is in big trouble too. And there's the Galio. She was forced to push away, and they could push this lane right now.
There's good flash by.
And at the same time, they're throwing themselves mid, which is really good for the counter push for the turret.
Indeed.
And that turret will go down bottom, and the one will go down mid, which was a nice. That's a nice decision.
Yeah, it's probably a better decision to push down the mid turrets because they have the closer gap distance to get to the enemy inhibitors.
Yes, and that's where most of the push is happening, is mid for most of the game.
Exactly. Unfortunately, with purple team pushing the bottom tower down, Ash is in a good position to just free farm at this rate.
Yep. Galio is going to be again going to get that blue buff really right now.
Unfortunately for Ash, Varus already has his Infinity Edge, whereas Ash is still building hers.
Yeah, and he also has 3 Dorans as well, and Ash only has 1.
Yep.
Ash is ahead of farm, but those 4 kills really paid off.
Definitely.
And Sprock not giving that one to Ash really put her behind.
Definitely. Because you have to keep the advantage against Varus early level, or else you'll end up losing lane and there'll be a lot of trouble for you later in game.
Yep. Looks like a dragon fight is going to happen. They don't see the ward until now. They just see it.
Both teams are ready to contest for dragon.
Yep.
See where it goes down.
And they're deciding to back out.
And here we go. Mundo's initiating on Varus.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the Ash arrow. There's the ult from Sona, and
there's the ult from Galio, and that's
Locke everybody down, taking so much damage, and Locke is now going to go down as well, and Asher is forced to go away too, and Sprock and Dead Skull are going to try to back out. Dead Skull is going to get hit, and that's 4 for 1. That's awesome trade. They also could get the ace right here.
Yep. Unfortunately, that's going to be a free dragon for them.
That's very nicely played. That Galio is really good.
Yep, that Galio was at a very good time, allowing them to lock TEG down.
Someone needs to grab what I would do, I would get someone to grab a QSS like Ash or someone, just so like when the ult to get out of it and use something to stop that ult, because the longer it stays on, the way more damage you take.
Looks like Sona made a mistake and put 2 wards in Tribush by accident. But unfortunately for TEG, that fight wasn't in their favor because no one on purple team died with that team fight.
Yeah.
That could cause them a lot of troubles if they keep losing team fights due to those crucial Galio ults for purple team.
They're pushing, they're shoving mid lane a bit. Cassiopeia is taking quite a bit of damage, just over half now.
Looks
now
like Galio
is swinging around to go gank Ash and them. They do have it warded. There's the Ash arrow, and the Galio will be able to flash. Perfect chance with the ult, and now Varus can just turn around and blow up Jared. Jared goes down. Sprock is in the middle of him. He has to get out of there. He is going to go down as well. He is dropping very low. And the Ash trying to turn around and kite them around and slow them, while Cassiopeia comes up from the top, and they do see that as well, and they are going to back out, or they aren't, and Varus is very low, and he does go down, and with that ult of Cassiopeia, and they will get trade 1 for 3, which is very nice play on their part.
That's quite unfortunate because people underestimate Mundo's ultimate. He heals him for a lot.
Yeah.
He managed to stay alive, get the healing going, then walk back in when he was at enough health to initiate again on the Varus.
Especially when he gets it to to level 16, it's like 75% health, and it also has a low cooldown.
Indeed. Right now,
Kennen is going to be able to push his top turret because he knows that Renekton is at the bottom, pushing it. These teams are very good for trading tower for tower when they get pushed, which is very good.
Indeed, but unfortunately it's 4 bottom, meaning they can push more towers before Kennen can push 1.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
Looks like they're going to be able to push 2 towers down before...
Yeah, and Kennen...
No, looks like they're going to back out before they get initiated on.
Alright, there is a trap coming down, but there was a ping on the Jared. I don't know if they seen him go in there. And Sprock is going to go back, and they could get caught right here. Especially with that Galio ult, and they do see them in there now, and they should back out without that. Oh no, Sprock didn't go back, and he did use that ult to get full health. And they are in pursuit of Chase right now. Oh, they're just going to back up.
Indeed.
Kennen should be rotating mid just to push that, while they know that all of them are down there for the time.
Looks like they're going to stay grouped up, cause some havoc, make sure they try to initiate team fights.
Yep, Blue has to watch out for top, because that is pushing very well.
Looks like purple team wants to put 1 more tower down in mid. But I think blue team will be able to get there in time to stop them.
Oh yeah, they'll be there in time. Session, yeah. Yeah, that Galio did get that Banshees and he did get that Chalice. Now he is going for a Rod of Ages. So he's going to have a lot of health. And his resistance is... He has good MR, okay armor, so he's going to be pretty strong. One of them has to... Oh, Silver Crown is now going to go top and get a lot of CS right there.
Nope.
Well, the rest just got the
Looks like
buffer,
Renekton's just going to grab the farm top. And
Shyvana has had that Oracles on her for such a long time that it was very worth it for her to get that.
Indeed.
And they are able to push mid right now. And they are going to get that mid tower for free.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
Looks like Purple Team wants to make a fight for Baron at this rate.
Yep, they can. They have the advantage right. They do have the advantage right now. They do have bottom pushing as well, which is very good. Even if they, yeah. Yep,
and since Shyvana cleared that one ward that
they're just gonna
Blue
back
Team
up.
had on Baron.
Yeah,
they have no vision of Baron.
Ashe did shoot her arrow, and it did see that they were backing out. So now that they're pushing mid now, and they're gonna go, and they're just thinking where they're gonna push. I guess they're just gonna shove mid.
Purple Team can keep the pressure on Blue Team right now with the Galio ult, because at any time he can flash ult and it can change the whole team fight.
Yes, it can, and especially when Renekton's all the way at bottom. That would have been the perfect time for them to try to force them to engage.
Yes, but Mundo's the most, the biggest, like the most fed on Blue Team right now.
Yeah, he's 7-2. He really needs to get those kills to the Ashe and to the Renekton and Cassiopeia right now.
Yeah.
Hawkshot able to catch that bear skin. They're waiting for that dragon to respawn, and there it is. Nice timing on their part. And TEG is just going to let them have it.
Yep, they have no vision on the dragon, and they have no idea they're doing it right now.
Yeah, and they have no wards because that oracles, and Red has wards everywhere.
Indeed, the lack of oracles really hurts.
Yep. Especially on Mundo, he is pretty strong now. He has really good items. Like one on him would be very effective. Because he won't be getting focused very much.
Unfortunately, Purple Team's crowd control is stronger, and it also causes the change in team fights, especially with Galio's ult. If he places it at the right time, it locks down the AD carry, the jungler, and the AP. Unfortunately, Purple's a really bad position to engage right now.
Coming down right now, and Purple was in a bad spot with that cannon all the way at top.
Looks like TEG is backing out at this point.
Yeah, they know that cannon's up there. This would be a good time for them to engage if they're going to, before that Baron fight comes down.
Indeed, if they can whittle the numbers before Baron, it will help them a lot.
They did pop that Banshees on the Galio.
Both teams are just putting pressure on mid and making sure he pushes.
Looks like they're going to try something right away. Shyvana wrapping around, going to try to ult from behind. Or is not, it's just going to...
She's sweeping forward.
Yeah, she's sweeping right now.
It's unfortunate that Blue Team didn't capitalize on the fact that Kevin was gone for an extended amount of time.
Yes, he was at top, and he's still at top, and he's just now coming with the team. And they're going to start... They're going to try to start this Baron right now. And there's the Hawk. There's the arrow. Now, they do know, and there's the Shyvana getting a little bit of poke on her. And then Galio going forward. And nice job taking off that with the cleaver from Mundo.
Oh no. They don't know that they're split right now, and that Purple Team's kind of caught up at position, but Blue Team isn't in position.
Damage. And they're in a very bad spot right now for that Galio ult, but they decide not to engage right there. That would have been all 5 of them locked down.
Indeed.
That would have been a very nice time for that to go down.
When playing against Galio, you want to make sure that you're kind of spread apart, so you don't all get caught by his ult.
Especially with that Ashe, she needs to stay way in the back, so if he does flash ult, she can ult him and stop them from coming in and cancel that ult.
Exactly, but unfortunately with the Banshees, it's a really tough job because it won't stun them, meaning that they have to use 2 forms of crowd control in order to disengage on the Galio.
So and there's a stun, more poke coming down. They're getting poked down a lot, while Red is taking little to no damage. Oh, Galio's starting to take some damage himself from the cleavers and the Ashe arrows. Dead Skull also dropping below half, and Sprock is, but he has his ult.
Indeed, purple team doesn't seem to lack the poke in this case.
Yeah, both teams are pretty good, but I would give better poke definitely to red team without Varus, the Kennen,
and the Galio.
And the Galio, yep. And there's the Ashe arrow catching the Galio, and they're going to engage on this. And the Kennen comes in, and he does all the good. And there's going to go down, and Sprock goes down as well. And Jared, Locke does go down, and Jared is also going to go down, and that is going to be an ace. And Silver Crown is now going to die as well. They're going to dive her, and that is the ace. And they're going to be able to push an inhibitor if they do it fast enough.
Looks like they're opting for Baron instead.
They're opting for Baron instead. If they're going to get this first top, then they are going to go for the Baron.
Looks like it.
Team's turret has been destroyed.
Unfortunately, that Ashe arrow hit Galio.
Yeah.
And then once the Ashe stun wore off, Galio and Ken both initiated both of their ults.
Yeah, Galio's job is to absorb damage.
Indeed. AoE comps can be pretty devastating sometimes, especially when you combine Shyvana, Galio, and Kennen at the same time when they ult.
Yes, that is a very heavy AoE team.
Indeed, especially after Galio ult, Soma can follow up with her stun. It's kind of dangerous. Unfortunately,
he's going to get their blue buff as well.
Yep. And unfortunately, the only thing that TEG can do is either catch them at a really bad time or split push in order to win at this point.
Yep.
A team fight's really hard for them because of those that AoE outs.
Yeah, Varus is pretty far ahead of the Ashe right now. They both have a Phantom Dancer and the Infinity Edge, but Ashe has a Doran's and a Vampiric Scepter, while Varus has 2, and he has a BF sword. The farm rate or the gold counts are better for the mid lane. There's an advantage, a 3k advantage for Galio over 3k advantage for Galio over that Cassiopeia, and for the bottom lane that Varus is ahead by like 2k. Jungler Shyvana is behind by 1k.
Well, the gold differential is also because that they've been losing dragons, barons, and all these team fights due to
they're losing the team fights. Yep.
Due to a lack of crowd control to stop Galio from ulting.
Yep.
Oh, they're gonna make up for one dragon, but unfortunately,
she did get that Negatron cloak, so I think she is going to go into that QSS now. That tower is going to go down, and the rest and TEG is just kind of like scattered right now, and that
TEG has to play this defensive in order to win at this rate, because with Baron buff they want to play defensive, make sure it wears off, then initiate on them if that's the case.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
The purple team's really putting the pressure on blue team by knocking out all their inhib towers. Looks like purple team's gonna back off after busting down the top's inhibs tower.
Yeah, Grenades and Ham is looking very dominant in this game right now.
Indeed, but unfortunately they don't know their dragon's gone.
They're deciding to push that big minion wave back from bottom lane and try to push that out. Then they're all in. Especially because there's an inhibitor exposed top, and the mid one is just to that last tower. They're going to try to do that for bottom lane too.
Indeed.
And their Baron buff is going to run out, is about quarter away from running out. And they need to hurry up and press the advantage with that and try to get another ace with that.
But as long as they push down the towers, they really have used their Baron buff pretty effectively.
Yep. Kennen went up here and then was doing a nice decent amount of poke, and they are just again they do have a lot more poke near their team. They are whittling them down.
And it's troublesome
and
because
all of their lanes are also pushing. They have super their top lane is gonna push. Same with their mid, and that gives them a lot of time to push bottom. They really need to hurry up. They're gonna try to get one more ace with that Nasher buff because it is very close to running up, and Shyvana is just gonna push top. And now there is the ping onto Kennen from blue.
It's either they're gonna have to defend mid or lose the power bot.
Yeah, Ashe is going back, and they're
and purple team's initiating.
No, they're just poking.
Yep.
And Shyvana is strong enough to maybe get that down. No, she is gonna have to fall back to that Ashe. And they really need to worry about that top lane inhibitor getting pushed just by the minions alone. And now Shyvana is gonna come down again while Ashe is still mid, and she is also going to fall back.
Unfortunately, the minions are going to be able to push down top inhib if they choose to let it do so.
Yeah, they're playing this really well. They really got to worry about that. They are still very out there, and Shyvana is just going to snipe that turret and going to get that inhibitor as well. And there's nothing they can do about it. They need to defend this turret as well. So yeah, that turret did go down.
And she's backing out, and top inhib looks like it's going to go down to minions at this rate.
Yes. It will be really shortly unless one of them goes back. And Locke actually almost dead. Same with Dead's Call. They're going to have to fall back and sack this turret to save their inhibitor. And it's barely going to be saved if they get up there in time.
Team's turret has been destroyed.
Quite unfortunately, that wasn't in their favor because purple team managed to push mid turret down and bot turret at the same time anyway.
Yeah. Very close to that inhibitor going down. And they're going to... And the inner tower is going to go just below half, and they're still getting a lot of free poke on, and they're still like pretty much all full health and mana. Shyvana's just gonna go counter jungle right now, and they're just gonna fall back by and then probably try to push to win. Now they have two exposed inhibitors and a tower that's below half health. Purple is gonna try to win it real soon.
Looks like Kennen and Shyvana are pushing mid at this point in time.
Shyvana is going to steal that blue buff.
But looks like blue team wants to counter push through mid now. Try to make up for their...
If Shyvana sees this and they get too far, Shyvana can just swing around and get both the inhibitors if she wants.
Yep.
And she does walk into that CV as well. And they did just figure out that their blue's gone. Yeah.
Their blue's gone.
And they're just going to give theirs to Galio again. Galio now, he got that death cap rod. He has a lot of AP right now, and he still is really tanky as well. Same with that Kennen. They're going the more tanky builds around, and that's paying off. And
Indeed.
Just that Ashe just doesn't have the golden arrow. She does have that QSS now, which will help.
Unfortunately, Varus' stacks deal magic damage, so Mundo isn't building too much magic defense. He's got an even amount of both, but purple team seems to be able to focus down Mundo before he can be effective in a team fight at this rate.
Yeah, he's just been out in the front, and he's just been the easiest target to hit. And they're going to gear for that Baron right now. They did have a nice timing on it.
Oh, and Baron respawns, and looks like they're going to get Baron uncontested at this rate.
Yeah, they're nowhere. They're going to try to maybe... They're not going to be able to contest it. There is that ward, and Galio is just going to be able to keep them off, and there's the Baron buff going on, and they got to watch out that they don't get engaged by the Galio. And they are going to engage against them.
Here's the
all from Galio getting everybody. The Ashe gets away, but Shyvana is chasing her down. And Jared goes down as well, and there goes the
that's unfortunate.
Silver Crown just survived because he had to get out of there because she almost killed that Shyvana, but she is going to go down well, and that will be game. Very well played by
purple team. Yes.
Grenades and ham.
Yeah, that was quite unfortunate because What happened was Galio was setting up all the kills for Purple Team
Yep.
at this rate.
And yeah, Galio's a very good strong pick, especially because Kennen, he went top as well, he went double AP. He does a lot of AoE damage. He's very good. And Shyvana, they work really well with Galio with his ult.
Yep, they did pick a pretty AoE heavy comp,
Yep.
and the lack of CC on blue team
So
probably cost them the game.
congratulations to Green 8 and Ham for winning their first game. And hopefully TEG will be able to win at least one game in the losers bracket.
Stay tuned for next game.
Yep. I will have a new caster with me. Well, because he... yeah.
I'm good to cast with you for the next one. Okay. Yep. It's because we're not playing for